We had the president, Peter, it's hard not to call this a bit of an end zone dance. The president came into the briefing room yesterday to announce even better. Last week they said they were over 7 million. Now the president says they've reached 8 million enrollees in Obamacare. He also said the percentage of young Americans, while not as high as they would like, was higher than many anticipated. Listen to the president here. This essentially is the president trying to tell fellow Democrats, get out of the crouch. Start bragging.
I don't think we should apologize for it. I don't think we should be defensive about it. I think there is a strong, good, right story to tell.
Will Democrats, especially Democrats, Peter, in the states the president lost, where Democrats are running for re-election, the Senator Mark Pryor from Arkansas, Mary Landrieu of Louisiana, Mark Begich in Alaska, in those states, will they heed that advice?
They aren't yet. You know, they're changing the subject to things that they are comfortable talking about. Louisiana, you mentioned, Landrieu likes to talk about energy. I was just in Virginia this week, which is a purple state. Obama won the state, but Mark Warner has a challenge this year from Republican Ed Gillespie. I watched him campaign at the Shad planking, which is sort of a famous old tradition in Virginia politics. Very Republican-leaning, and many people came up to Warner and said, why did you vote for that bill? Did you read that bill before you voted for it? Warner's response to them was, I did, but I've outlined several fixes to it. And he was pretty adept at sort of pivoting and moving away. But he talked to reporters afterwards, and we asked him, you know, what are you going to run on from your Senate record this year? And he brought up a number of things, his work with the gangs, his efforts to pass, you know, legislation on debt, infrastructure, things like that. He did not talk about health care. And he wanted to talk more about his record as governor of Virginia rather than senator.
But can you, if you look at elections as a trial, if you don't mount a defense, you lose. And many Democrats won't mount the defense, won't say, okay, it's not perfect, as he just said, Mark Warner said. But if you go into these places, why hasn't a Democratic super PAC, if the candidates won't do it, why won't a Democratic super PAC go out and say, hey, look, we have some pluses here? The Republicans can rebut what the president just said, but they have plenty to work with now if they wanted to cut a political ad that says, hey, this is working.
Well, I believe some of them are. I believe there is an outside group in Alaska that is running an ad that has someone who's benefited from Obamacare. But there hasn't been a lot of efforts along those lines. And I do think there's been a lot of uncertainty and consternation. So you have the president not really saying anything he hasn't said before about the ways that he sees the law as being successful, but with a newly aggressive tone and trying to set the tone for Democrats. But then, you know, in a lot of these red states where Democrats may be trying to separate themselves from the president, I don't think it's at all clear if they'll follow his lead or if they will keep.
At the end of the day, they're still going to have a
D
D on the next their name on the ballot.
Right.
You know, they can't pretend that they're not Democrats and they didn't take these votes. So it's going to be really tough for them.